Yes, yeah. Just so that we realize, right, going to one of these state obligated classes, right, and then a couple months later filing for default dissolution of marriage, and then having went to the class and understanding the importance of communicating between parents going through a dissolution of marriage, whereas found not guilty of violating it. Yes, yes. And then you deciding to continue to enforce it, right, and then modify it while we were going through the dissolution of marriage. And then you reissued the temporary protection order without any attempt of service to myself while we were going through the dissolution of marriage. You know, when you look at the actual curriculum, what it is that the state of Washington obligates parents to understand. Motioning the court, yes, for a modification of the protection order, yes, without any due process to myself, because her pastor, as far as is Pastor Greg Miller, the pastor that Heidi was going to church at. Now, I don't know this for sure. Okay, I didn't know at that time. Oh, but did the pastor understand we were going through a dissolution of marriage? Oh, and that my wife had fraudulently had me arrested and served at the same moment? Yes. And herself had attended a class where we as parents were to work out our differences with the least amount of effect on the five minors named, so as to cause. But this county decided to have all these court hearings? Yes. While going through the dissolution of marriage? Yes. Did you omit any of that as evidence for the dissolution of marriage, this modification of the protection order? Yeah. The reissuance of it while I was on trial and when I was found not guilty? Yes. And then did Judge Rohr or Brent Basden, the same individual that hang on here just for a second. Oh, look at 914. You have one of these settlement conference setting hearings? Yes. And then 10-5. Oh, look at temporary order, parenting plan, temporary order, temporary. But I didn't get notice of that. Right. The same Brent Baston that was hearing the modification of the protection order in the month of October. You know, as a father, it gets so frustrating, right? That on one side, the court commissioner, the family law commissioner, is hearing the dissolution of marriage without getting any notice of court hearings. And on the other side, during the same exact month, is modifying the protection order so as to obstruct me from the Boys and Girls Club. Why do I not like the way that this is looking when you look at the actual dates? Because my wife, she motioned the court for a default dissolution of marriage. Yes. Had me arrested. Yes. And then did not give me notice of court hearings. Yes. And then the same court commissioner decides to modify it while we're going through a dissolution of fucking marriage.